gentlemen, welcome. We are here on a very, very happy occasion, and there are still a few seats left, but some of you want to be in the shade. That's fine. I want to welcome you. My name is David Campbell. I'm the City Planning Director, and I want to welcome and thank you for being here today. The City Planning Department includes the Metropolitan Redevelopment Agency that has been part of this project all along. I'm going to say a few things about this project and then introduce some of our special speakers. This land, you'll recall, was a little used parking lot by the city of Albuquerque. The building on this project began in January of 2017. The city contributed land, some infrastructure improvements, and financial assistance totaling about $1.5 million, plus a parking garage. This didn't happen alone. There were many, many contributors to the success of this project, and I want to acknowledge the following. The Albuquerque City Council members who voted in favor of this project, the Bernalillo County Commission, former Mayor R.J. Berry, who was instrumental in his leadership on this project, Jerry Mosier, who is the owner and contractor on this project, and many others who will be introduced shortly. So let's give all of them a big round of applause. One Central Associates, LLC, worked with the Metropolitan Redevelopment Agency to bring this into fruition. The Metropolitan Redevelopment Agency is part of the Planning Department, which works to improve blighted areas throughout Albuquerque and encourage revitalization through a variety of tools, including creating this kind of public-private partnership for redevelopment projects. This mixed-use redevelopment is an example of the new mixed-use zoning that's part of the new Integrated Development Ordinance, or IDO. I want to point out, too, the use of local vendors that you will meet tonight who have worked on this project and who are an integral part of this. This is part of Mayor Keller's local development initiative that he has been very adamant that we insist on local vendors. And this is an advanced show of that kind of strength. One Central is a catalytic project giving life to the live, work, play lifestyle in the downtown area. I want to begin our speeches this evening and our acknowledgments with calling our City Council for this district, Councilor Isaac Benton. Before I do that, I want to say how instrumental Councilor Benton has been in his entire district, but also in seeing the success of this project and making sure that it got the resources and the authorizations that it needed. Councilor Benton is adamant as an architect in making sure that we have quality development in this district and throughout the Albuquerque area. Please join me in welcoming Councilor Isaac Benton.
Thank you, David. Thanks, everybody, for braving our wonderful sun. But, you know, I look around here. Sometimes it's good to get old and you know, have a bunch of stories as an old guy that they tell. And I'm one of those people who 13 years ago this fall I was elected to the City Council, and I have the benefit now of looking back on those 13 years and seeing what's been accomplished, and I certainly don't take credit for any of it other than helping. But just look at it, all the housing that we've developed just south of downtown. The rail runner was put into effect, and we've got a wonderful asset there. the newfound support for downtown throughout the city. I mean, I remember when I came on, it was like, we don't care about downtown. I'm not going down there, and I don't really care about it. And that was truly what you would hear from many of our fellow citizens. But that is going away, and I'm so pleased about that. All of the new development in East Downtown and Innovate Albuquerque also, important changes in this immediate area. And I do want to call attention that I will continue to advocate and try to find better pedestrian crossings for the for the railroad here at Central and other points within downtown. We've got to find ways to do that because there's so much to offer on both sides of the tracks, and we have new investments coming on both sides of the tracks. So we've got to connect those things up. But yeah, Innovate ABQ, East Downtown, Alvarado Transit Center, all the grocery store. We have a pharmacy that people here can go patronize just right around the corner along with the grocery store. So a lot of good things. And I'm always happy when I know that there are going to be 68 new dwelling units downtown. Every time we can add dwelling units and especially market rate units to downtown, we're improving the balance, and we are very much adding to the vitality with every single new rooftop. So I really appreciate Mr. Mosier's investment here and the help of the public-private partners, including the county, who have worked on this. So all good stuff, regionally important stuff, all of it, and not just for our downtown. So I'm happy to be a small part of it, and I just want to welcome everybody here and congratulate all those who have worked so hard for this project to be culminated today. So, thank you.
There probably is no place more central to the heart of Albuquerque than the intersection of Route 66 and the El Camino Real that crosses right here. This really is the heart, the corazon of Albuquerque, and today is a celebration of that. To help us celebrate, we have a representative of Bernalillo County, the Economic Development Director for Bernalillo County, Dina Archuleta. Bernalillo County was responsible for the industrial revenue bond and other assistance with this project. So please join me in welcoming Dina Archuleta to the stage.
Thank you all, and it's a pleasure to be here in this very warm and sunny New Mexico evening. Today's event marks the completion of another project improving the lives for all of our citizens within Bernalillo County. This project was made possible through an issuance of an industrial revenue bond provided by Bernalillo County. And I'd like to take a minute and recognize former Commissioner and State Auditor Wayne Johnson, who was pivotal in making that happen. It's this type of economic development tool, along with LEDA increment and GRIP increment, that make possible the availability of funds for companies and those who invest in our community to create projects like One Central. This allows the architects and designers to create multi-use facilities that not only create great places to live, but attractions for residents to come back downtown and enjoy this facility and all of downtown has to offer. This allows us to improve the appearance of our community and remove the blight, what was formerly a blighted corner, and make it a viable, once again, community centerpiece. With the new parking, it's a way for visitors to visit the area and feel safe, and I want to thank the builders for that. One Central has really created a focus on art, on culture, and entertainment while adding a livable space. We are excited to be part of this, and because we are excited to be a part of this, I want to let you know that Bernalillo County is indeed still open for business.
This project would not have been possible without the significant investments of one Jerry Mosier. Jerry is the developer of this project who brought with him 35 years of contracting experience. Jerry is owner of Great Western Specialty Systems, Mosier Enterprises Electrical, and Consolidated Solar Technologies. Jerry is familiar with the downtown area because he also developed the historic bank residences building 1 block west of here at 1 Central. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Jerry Mosier.
First thing I need to do is remind you I have 2 partners, introduce my 2 partners, Dale Armstrong and Tony Pisto. Are you guys here? I haven't seen them. Okay, they're not here. So we're changing downtown. As you can see, the whole skyline's changed. Downtown looks different now. We originally it started with an RFP and the city's vision. We tried to listen. We heard the words parking. I heard Councilor Benton talk about concrete retail and market rate framed housing. So we listened to that. So from there it evolved. Glenn Fellis and T.A. Mayer of SMPC and Bob Heiser of SWCP created it quick. It was a quick turnaround. We had to start the project with 60% drawings. It was phenomenally fast drawing. While they were drawing it and putting it together and we were designing it and coming up with the concept, then Ray Smith and Klinger was keeping track of the costs and keeping us from getting in trouble. From that step forward, we had to come up with financing. Forward-thinking Bernalillo people from Bernalillo County, especially Marcos Gonzalez, worked really hard to help us get this IRB put together. The IRB is a great economic development tool. It costs the city or the county exactly 0, but look what it does for the building process. It really does some good things. Once again, I'll have to recognize our champion, Wayne Johnson. He really worked hard to help us get this IRB put together. I need to give him a hand. I have to credit the forward-thinking Bernalillo County development people and the commissioners for thinking ahead for a project like this. The next hurdle was finance. And then this project was too big of a hurdle for any bank in New Mexico. We couldn't find a bank. One bank stepped up, Los Alamos National Bank. They were the only ones that had the vision. Stan Sluter, sitting right here to my right, he knew how to get it done. Stan and his team kept everything tidy and neat. It was great to work with them. Klinger began, like I said, with a 60% set of drawings. The bus driver, Adam Leba, kept the project on budget. He kept it on target, and he was the calm part of the whole project, kept everybody calm. Jason Talbert and Angel Ramirez, they're the guys in the field that were here every day working hard. Jason, I think, was not sleeping at night. These guys deserve a hand. These guys really busted their pump, I think. So as it went on, it continued to evolve until what we have today. There was a lot of stuff along the way we had to change because it was designed so fast, but I think we have a really nice project now that we're finished. The apartments, although we built them originally, designed them for millennials, and we had all kinds of millennial amenities, like we have a game room, we have a gym, we have all kinds of common areas, we have storage units, we have storage cages to put basic stuff, we have bicycle racks. It appeals to all walks. We're seeing the people that come here are not just millennials. We're seeing a lot of people from out of town, as a matter of fact, that are just moving to Albuquerque, and they're getting a fresh look at Albuquerque from 1 Central. In the units, in dealing with the millennials, we have fiber optic to the desk. We wanted fast fiber in every unit so that no one had to work with dial-up. Of course, that's gone. Our air conditioning system here is the most efficient system you can get. We used the Dicon variable refrigeration units. We didn't use typical apartment units. Very efficient units. We have a parcel delivery system where the parcel, when Amazon delivers your stuff, they don't take it to your room and try and find you. They take it to the mail room. Your phone gets a code that says there's a package for you in the mail room, and then when you get a chance, you can go get it. The grocery store will even deliver groceries and put it in there if you want groceries. There's enough solar on the building to power all the apartments and about half of the commercial space. So we're green as well. On the commercial space, I know everybody wants to know who we're putting in there. Our very first tenant that's going to move in is going to be Jacob Fox. Is Jacob Fox out here? Jacob Fox with Deep Space Coffee over the corner. So, Deep Space Coffee is going to be over here on First Street on the end. Next to him is going to be an axe throwing I don't know how to explain it. It's a league, an axe throwing league venue. Then next to that's going to be a local hamburger chain, that's an Albuquerque chain that's moving downtown. And then we're still working with a bowling venue on the first and second floor on this side. And we have a large restaurant, Italian, believe it or not, on the top floor that we're working with, and we're real anxious to see sign up. So my building manager here is David Stroud. You see David? David? So, he's pretty much the guy that's going to take it from here and juggle the keys and figure out how everything works and get all the tenants signed up. We have local artists in here. We tried to do everything local, like David was saying. We have some artists. We have Thomas Haig in the mezzanine right now drawing on or painting on the wall as we speak. You guys need to go up there and look at that. It's really a nifty deal. And then Bill Trudeau's did the photos. You'll see the photos in the hallways. And then Joni Mayer is going to be doing some artwork that's going to be in the corridors. That's all. Thank you guys for coming.
Jerry is a little humble. Let me tell you about the magnitude of this place. There are 68 ultra-modern residential units, 44,000 square feet of commercial space, 20,000 square feet of patio space. As he said, it's a green structure, and there is an on-site parking structure. This is a big, big addition to our downtown. Let's thank Jerry once again. The general contractor is Klinger Constructors. The senior project manager of Klinger for One Central is Adam Leba. Adam joined Klinger Constructors in 1999 with more than 22 years experience. Adam oversaw the entire project from beginning to end. Adam has a few remarks for us. Adam?
Thank you. Hello. Thank you for that. Klinger, we're the general contractor, like you mentioned, and we've been involved in this project probably 3.5 years since the talk started with Jerry, and not sure we were ever going to get here. 20 months into construction, we're finally here, and pretty amazing to be here today. Just sitting here from what it started and where we're at today, we're just blessed to be here. So very excited. To tell you a little bit about the construction of this project, it's about 275,000 square feet, and with that, the foundation, we probably put in about 4,500 cubic yards of concrete and lots of steel. It's actually 3 different types of buildings, really. You got the parking structure behind me, it's precast. The first 3 levels of this building is steel with metal studs and brick and EFAs, and then the top 3 levels is wood frame, which was done by Tony Pista, one of the partners. So that's what houses the apartment units. Also, it is the largest job that Klinger's ever done here in Albuquerque as far as square footage goes. So thank you for that, Jerry, giving us the opportunity, and appreciate that. Again, thanks to One Central LLC for having the vision to invest in the community. It's awesome to see local guys like Jerry and Tony and Dale investing back into the community, so I think they deserve a round of applause for that. Also, thanks to the city of Albuquerque, they let us shut down First Street here. Without that would have been nearly impossible to build this project. And they also gave us laydown space down the street here to you know, bring in materials and set it down. So without that, that would have been really, really tough to do. Also want to recognize part of my team, the other half of my team here, who's Jason Tabert and Angel Ramirez. He's not here, but Jason was basically the quarterback of our team. He's back there with the hat. And his wife Rita, she's the real MVP. So, yeah, I kind of liken it to a football team or something like that. You know, he's the quarterback. He's here day to day, grinding, and I'm back at the office calling plays a little bit, you know, or trying to help him. But those guys here in the field really they made this job, really. I mean, without them, it would not have been possible. Obviously, I want to recognize also SMPC, Kihei, Mae, did I say that right? Yeah. And Glenn Fellows, I mean, as well as Studio Southwest, Bob Heiser. Sophie's not here, and Dave Allen was the other big part of this job. They were helping us day to day figure out details and you know, get this job correct. So appreciate you guys. Awesome to work with, top notch. And again, we just want to recognize some of the subcontractors. Too many to name probably, but you know, we probably had 40 plus or minus subcontractors, thousands of man hours put into this job. Without you guys, I mean, obviously it wouldn't have been possible. So we really appreciate everybody's hard work to get here, and glad we could be a small part of it. Thanks.
Of course, an important factor to any project is the money. And in addition to the public money that came into this project, there was significant amount of private financing. The next two speakers are dedicated to the economic growth in New Mexico. John Gulas is the CEO and president of Los Alamos National Bank, and Stan Sluter is the chief lending officer. I'll ask John to come up and to say a few words. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Thank you. All I want to say is how proud we were to be, or are to be a part of this project. Yeah, there's a couple of themes here. You're hearing about neighbors. You're hearing about local. So who is Los Alamos National Bank? We're the largest independent local community bank in the state, headquartered in the state. What does that mean? It means that we strive to improve the lives of our neighbors and fuel economic growth. And we think this project did that in a big way. You've got living spaces here, you've got retail here, you've got working spaces. How else can you improve lives of our neighbors but by providing that type of thing? What do? We take in deposits from New Mexicans and we reinvest in New Mexico in projects like this. So that stimulates economic growth, and this project will stimulate economic growth too. And what I'd like to do is have Stan talk a little bit about what our commitment was and how we got involved.
Yeah, we are so excited to be a part of this, and I've had the pleasure of working with Jerry and Tony and Dale for a couple of decades now, but we really got excited about this project because this is a project by New Mexicans for New Mexico, and it really shows us what we can do when we collaborate, when we work together, and we take ownership of advancing the economy of this town. And when we work together, we can do it. And this is just a jumping off point. This is just where we're going to get started. You know, there's a whole new economy growing out there of people that can live anywhere and work remotely. The residential units here are perfect for that. They got high speed at every door. They've got everything they need here, and they get to enjoy 350 days of sunshine. So there's a whole nother area for economic development for this city, and One Central is going to get us kind of kick-started in that economy. So we're really excited about it. We're excited to be here in Albuquerque with Los Alamos National Bank. A lot of people think we're not here because of our name, but we're right on the frontage road between Jefferson and Paseo. And if you've got other projects that you want to talk to us about, we'd love to hear about them and see if we can add some value.
Thank you very much, Los Alamos National Bank, for your confidence in New Mexico and in Albuquerque. We appreciate it very, very much. Another important set of players in this were the architects from SMPC Architects. Now, I want to say something before I introduce Glenn Fellows and Kihei Meyer, and that is that they have shown, their firm has shown their investment and their commitment to downtown by moving from Uptown and Nob Hill to downtown. And they are currently, as of the last several months, located here in the Bank One building right here on Central. So please join me in welcoming and thanking Glenn Fellows.
You'll introduce Kihei, yeah.
I'll introduce him.
Hey, thank you, David. Yes, our firm did move downtown about the end of February. We've been in Nob Hill since 1945, over 70 years. But we are committed to the redevelopment, revitalization of our downtown, and we mean it. That's why we did what we did. We've been privileged to design many buildings downtown and throughout Albuquerque and New Mexico in those years. But nothing's, no project's more fun for me right now than being right here and seeing this project complete. Many of our staff is here, and I wanted to thank every one of them for helping. I want to thank especially the City of Albuquerque leadership for their perseverance, both current and past administrations, for their perseverance in wanting to invest in downtown and making sure that it happened. We had excellent support from all the departments that we worked with, and there were many. I want to thank our design partners, Studio Southwest. Bob Heiser is here today. They created all of the wonderful residential layouts, interiors, interior design in department levels. Bohannon Houston civil engineers did an amazing job of navigating through some really difficult existing conditions on this property. You can imagine there was a YMCA built here in the early 20s. There were some remnants of that somewhere. There was a parking lot here for many years. It's a shame that all of that infrastructure got torn down in the early 70s, but it did. We're rebuilding it now. But the utilities and the easements on this property were at every boundary and a few going through the middle of the property. So it was difficult. We had an excellent structural engineer who, as Adam said, there's a number of different construction types in this building, all of them challenging to put together. We had an expert help from Chavez Greaves on that. And I want to thank Morrow, Reardon, Wilkinson, and Miller, the landscape architects. And pretty soon we'll be able to get some shade out of those trees. And I want to thank Klinger, especially Jason and Adam, for looking out a few weeks ahead or a few months ahead. This was an extremely difficult project given the short time frame, the budget, and the site constraints. Again, if we hadn't had Central or First Street to work off of, it would have taken months longer. And last, I'd really like to give a special thanks to Jerry Moser, who I did not know, which is interesting because we both graduated from Valley High School a few years ago. And I think I predated you by about 4 or 5 years, not sure. Anyway, Jerry put his trust in us to bring this to fruition. We would not be here today without him. So I want to have our lead designer, Kihei Mae, say a few words about that vision that we see today. Thanks.
Kihei.
Thank you, Glenn. You've been an invaluable mentor to me on this road. I'm learning a lot about construction and architecture and urbanism from all the people that I've worked with on this project, also the city. All the designers, builders, and owners who have put really their hearts into this project. For me, this building has been my passion this past 3 years. I'm grateful to learn from many experienced individuals, city planning, and in the construction industry. The way we design and build has a lasting effect on our lifestyle and the resources we depend upon. One Central is a building for the downtown community and for urbanism. The future of sustainability is urbanism. It is also a return to the past and the traditions of architecture and planning. We are proud to be a part of this new urban movement. Buildings like the Lobo Rainforest, Imperial, just down the street and across the tracks, as well as the many historic buildings we have in downtown that continue to be of use. The Alvarado Station, Sunshine Theater, Sunrise Bank Building, Andaluz. Too many to name. These are treasures in our community that we should cherish and continue to gather around. One Central is a new destination. New homes, views across the city and our Rio Grande Valley. New business on 3 levels. Spaces that we had to design to be adaptable. Adaptable for restaurants, stores, the types of enterprises that'll change over the years so that this building can adapt and fit the needs of changing culture of Albuquerque. We are also a gateway. It's not just about One Central. 420 parking spaces wrapped. So it's time to park your cars and walk through the gateway onto the streets and inhabit the streets as people at the human scale. The Parquito itself is a special place, inspired by the cliffside dwellings and the deserts of northern New Mexico. The materials have been chosen to be subtle and changed with the light so that the experience is about the people and the color of life. It's a natural space, one that holds the corner like a good urban building should do, and yet it opens up to the city. I've been to some great cities around the world and back, and for me, New Mexico is the place on earth. It is all of our home. I would like to leave you with some inspiring words by a great classical architect and master urban planner, Leon Creer. The supreme purpose of architecture is to build the homeland, a world of beautiful landscapes, of splendid cities that we will carry in our hearts and which we can long for, places we are proud to come from, proud to inherit, and proud to bestow upon future generations. So friends and family, we are proud to present One Central to you.
Thank you, Kihei. And thank you for your work on this very special project. I want to apologize, Councillor Benton had to go and reapply his sunscreen, as all of us do up here. So we'll be ending very shortly. No, truly, he had another meeting, and city councilors are often in other meetings. Let me say one more thing about where we are and how this is a true transit-oriented development. It's located immediately adjacent to the Alvarado Transit Center, Greyhound and City Bus, the Amtrak and Rail Runner. There's an art stop, and you'll see an art bus, one of those rarest of things, just on the side here. Before we close, let me thank just a few of the participants in today's activities and in the development of this program. In a few moments, you will see flamenco performances from the National Institute of Flamenco, and they will be here on our stage, and you will also be able to see them at the Hotel Albuquerque at Old Town in the Tablao Flamenco. You will also see, as you go inside for the tours, live artists working on the mural there. We have food that's provided by the Albuquerque Hyatt Regency in George San Miguel, for whom we thank. And as I said, we're about to have a ribbon cutting and a building tour. What I'll ask is that our speakers and guests of honor go to the ribbon. We'll have a ribbon cutting, and then you're welcome to take part in the building tours as well as see the art bus and enjoy tonight's flamenco and food. Thank you all for being here tonight. Welcome to One Central.